came over here I think it was 2 summers ago. Eric had brought myself and my brother Finbar, who was living here at the time, and another performer by the name of Eddie Dillon over to do, because we played together as a trio. And this time he asked me if I'd come over and do a solo gig, so I was like, sure.
Aoife grew up in a music family, and for her, you know, her father played, her brother played, her uncle played, her cousins played, so she's surrounded by all this music, and she just has this beautiful voice that is just gorgeous.
We are fortunate to have her here tonight. I'm real happy to open up for her. She's got a wonderful voice. I mean, just astounding voice. I wish she lived on Nantucket so we could utilize that voice with some of the music we play.
I started playing very young. My first memory of playing on stage was when I was about 4, actually. I was at a concert and my father brought me up and we sang a little song together. And I remember I was on one knee and the banjo was on the other knee. And I remember we just feeling up on stage, ooh, I like this. Then when I got to be about 18, then I started doing this like professionally. You know, I figured, well, this is the route I'm going to take, I guess. I'm going to be a poor folk singer and I just have to accept it.
Unlike the autumn sun, clear bright April morning.
Growing up, I was taught a lot of some traditional stuff because my mother comes from an Irish-speaking area. So they would do a lot of the Irish songs, slow Shannon-style songs, as they call it. It's called old-style singing. And my father would teach me kind of some more of the ballads, and he was very open to different genres. It wasn't like, you know, he'd always say, if you feel like singing a blues, sing a blues. If you feel like, so he wasn't very strict about stuff like that. As long as you're having fun, it's his motto, you know, then do what you enjoy doing.
I think of folk music or roots music deriving from folks, by general, you know, by ordinary people, not necessarily, you know, university-trained musicians, but folks. The beauty of folk music is the diversity of it. So I like simple, you know, simple means of creating sounds.
Going to school, I hated school, so I said, well, let me see. I'm not the academic type, so yeah, I could always see myself playing music. When I joined Cherish, we were doing like 3,000 seaters, you know, it was, you know, big concert halls. So at the time I remember thinking, should I do this? I want to have a solo career, but God, they're such a fantastic band and it really get me out there more. And so I decided to join, and I was with them for about 5 years, and we had a fantastic time. We played the Olympics down in Atlanta at the time. We traveled everywhere. And it really opened me to playing in bigger venues, because up to that I was doing, you know, smaller venues. My favorite moment is my memories of playing with my father, to be honest with you. You know, he was my mentor. He taught me so much about performing, and he had a great attitude in regards to performing. He never really got wicked nervous. He was very laid back and very easygoing, and he always said that to me, you know, always enjoy yourself when you're performing. You're just performing and you're doing what you love doing, so, you know, always enjoy it.
The island's quiet, and it's a nice time for folks just to come out and hear some great music. So this time I went to the Atheneum and we talked, and they love to use the Great Hall. So it's a perfect place to have a concert.
I would have to be really sick not to play here when I get asked to. It's just a wonderful room. There's so much history that's just bouncing off the walls here that it's just a great place to play. It's a focal point for Nantucket, or it certainly should be. I mean, the fact that it is an active library and it has this wonderful great room in it, which, by the way, works out really well acoustically.
It's nice. It's nice energy, but it's so nice and calm and easygoing. Yeah, not like the crazy mainland.
I've always loved folk-based music, roots music, and it's been something that, you know, I've listened to my whole life. And finally, actually coming out to the island, I was able to connect, amazingly enough, 30 miles out in the water with Chuck and and others, just started making great music. It was a lot of, it's been a lot of fun.